So I'm sitting in this public space. I'm just going live for a little bit here. I've been sitting here charging my phone, just enjoying seeing the festivities. It was quiet earlier. Lots of people were inside. It was actually easier to still slight difficulties, but when I tell you it was easy to navigate a few hours ago, literally walking, it was like amazing. It was like almost literally ghost town, but not ghost town. So I've been sitting here and just really enjoying Sunday, did church, did church yesterday. Um, went to a little feeding, which is my resource for the day, appreciative to God, humble, and just sitting, just trying to really, really just be like everyone else. It's like public space is public space, right? My baby's napping as usual, just resting. Gonna do some dinner as well for them. And when I tell you the male security guards have just been on us, this is, maybe you've been following me, hear me speak of my experiences and things. And like I tell you right now, people are like happy, they're partying. This is like huge for New York, I guess, and New Jersey. I don't know. I didn't even know the World Cup was going to be here, meaning the finals. I knew people were doing the World Cup for like weeks now, doing the prelims and everything else, but I didn't know the big thing would be happening like today. So like day before today, just like I didn't know the Knicks were in the finals until like game 3 going into game 4. When I tell you the heavy aggressive just looks and stares, and it's been since the other night, and just anywhere we've been going lately in public space or just anywhere, and it's like no type of accountability is being spoken to me, just a heavy, heavy level of aggression. I don't think this is legal for people who work at establishments who are like just security. They're not police officers, but this work looks bigger than what they are doing, and I'm not just making this up. It is so intense that it literally like drives me into almost a panic attack to block it out just to exist because I know that I should be able to exist just like anyone else. I've seen other people with dogs in the area. Mine's peaceful. She's sleeping. Other people come with and then the phones that are pointed towards me. And I've been watching it. It's like everyone, but then they're stationed directly across from me the whole time I'm here, right? Whether in front of me or to the back or both together or to the side. It's like an encampment. And it feels very dangerous that if these people like had weapons or something, like it would even be more intense than ever. And I'm trying to figure out what is the problem with me sitting in public spaces and the privilege that these security guards have or whatever they are, security. It looks higher than security because sometimes out comes bigger uniforms, people with weapons and things in their like little back cubby holes and things, or across the street or around the corner, or as I leave, they're stationed out right where we're leaving and around the corner and then the next corner and then the next corner and then the next corner. But on a day like this, where people are coming from all different types of countries and have been here from all different types of countries, I'm feeling like an alien or a migrant in my own country, if that makes sense. Like I'm illegal or I'm doing something illegal, but what is the illegality? And if being homeless is the illegality, that's not a crime because there are tons of people that come through here and exist in here and have been existing today, every day that I see everywhere. And I don't see them having these types of problems. And I mean, I can only tune out so much, and I do, and I'm doing that. And but not all of that should be my work. But at the same time, this is not letting up. Now, the fire truck just rolled up full blast, like as if there was a huge emergency, right? They go and walk by the truck, but they don't talk to nobody in the truck, right? So everyone does their number. They're standing out there right by the truck. The people are still sitting in the truck. uniformed up, blah, blah, blah. So then they walk back, and then one goes inside. I don't know if that's the manager or whatever. And then I'm noticing they're back with these black gadgets in their hands, right? Everybody has a black little gadget. It's not like a cell phone. It's some type of gadget that documents visually or whatever what's going on, and then they type and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm seeing them now talking on it, and I'm just like, okay. After now, they leave from by the fire trucks, and then the fire trucks roll off. This is very uncomfortable. This is definitely some criminal activity. It's not okay. I don't know how this can happen legally to people who I feel like myself, and I'm looking at everyone else that's sitting around that is eating, and I've eaten some food, and doing exactly what everyone else is doing, and I don't see the crime, but it's still set up. And on a day where there are people from all types of countries, I am looking like I am the focus. Like I am the focus. When anything can happen right now. People have won games. I've seen this on the news and shit where soccer is very serious. People get very fucking angry. People are ready to fight and fucking like go to the blow to the death. From my understanding, like soccer is real, right? So you having this major hosted thing in the city where again I did not in a dual city. Well, because when Jersey comes to Manhattan, Jersey is Manhattan. There's no separation. I've never been to Jersey, so I don't know when Manhattan goes to Jersey if they have that same like entitlement and that same like push through as people who come here and work and have their own businesses and thrive here. I respect it all. I don't blah blah blah. But for me as a woman as well, and they know my team. Everyone knows my team. That's the whole thing. But this tea is no different than anyone else's tea. Anyone else's tea around here. Teas, there's all different types of teas, all around. But when I tell you I'm having the biggest anxiety from resisting, of just acting as if I don't see things or if things are not going on. But the fact that these men are getting paid, that they're getting paid to literally give me dead eyes, dead looks, dead body movements, masculine, like I will beat you the fuck down, or if I can right now in this moment, I will make you like disappear type of looks and stares. And when I tell you this is from high levels of men of color, they're like African. A lot of security guards are in the African culture as far as not black American, but African. Then you do have your black Americans that work. But when I tell you the high population of Spanish men, like the ones who are like Latino, the ones who are like Dominican that have black in them but will not identify as anything black about them because they are Latino all day. Because with that Latino card, you really supersede the black American, you supersede the African literally out here, right? So I'm just like trying to find like just some room to breathe, just some room to talk, because freedom of speech is real, freedom of press is real, freedom of just yourself to exist in public spaces are things that people from all of the different countries that are here right now get to enjoy, and you are like alienated and looked at as if upon as if you cannot hold space in these spaces and that you cannot have the same privileges or things that other people that normally live here, people that come here and work and travel from three different states or wherever they come from up north daily. Or however they do it, they shut them on buses, they come on trains, they underground, they on ferry boats, they ride bikes, they take rideshare cars and everything, and you are fit to like be alienated that you cannot have the same advantages or the same privileges or like literally like what your existence is that criminal. like it's that criminal. Like you fuck the actual criminals that are out here right now. Because trust me, it is God to be God, and I mind my business. I mind my business. I'm from New Orleans, born in Louisiana, born in the Cajun heartland. Both of my hometowns, and hospitality is like, they say they go on Temps Rouge, let the good time roll. Big things are hosted, Mardi Gras, Jazz Fest, lots of things, Festival International de la Musique Acadienne was my first event that I volunteered for quite some time and helped organize since a teen at 14 upon other things that I've helped and organize and put on, together. And I'm looking around because as I'm speaking to you right now, the same infiltration of what I'm talking about is directly across from me, but that's just it. People are on their phones. People are taking photographs. People are videoing themselves. People are just having themselves a good time. They're documenting, right? This is the World Cup 2026. I don't know if this happens every year in New York or they choose a different city to go to. I'm sure that they choose a different city. It's just like a football game, right? Um, so um, so that anxiety, has been real, and I'm glad that I can talk about it because it's been so induced. It's so unnecessary, but I can't even control that. All I can do is exist. All I can do is keep leaning into God, my God of understanding, God, my Yahweh, Yahshua of understanding, my Jesus of understanding, my Holy Spirit of understanding, my ancestors who are protective and watching over me as well of understanding, God's angels of understanding. But I have never in my entire life seen massive groups of men who work on jobs, who are in jobs and in positions. Half of them don't even live in New York City. They come here to work, and the fact that they can come here to work, get paid, I'm not sure what their benefits look like, or what things look like, or what commissions look like, or what detail work looks like, or whatever financial things are going on, that you literally, this is your job when you come here and when I'm in your presence. This is your job. This is all of you guys' jobs. Out of all the white trans women they have in New York City, when I tell you it's popping, it's popping. All the Asian trans women. And for the Spanish men who are mostly security guards and in positions to be of authority and who are have been encamping the way they have been encamping around me, the amount of Spanish trans women, and I mean, they're black and brown trans run side by side in literally our community, you know. But the amount of Spanish trans women, like for these men to be looking at me as if they want to kill and harm me, as if you don't have any trans women in your community, in your heritage, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you're talking to a girl who is sorry, I'm getting choked up. 5 different nationalities and 11 different race ethnicities. I'm black. I'm black. I'm Creole. I'm the real deal. I'm real Creole. That's what my blood work said. And I need to get it even further. I want even more. But you don't think one of my 5 nationalities is not Spanish? You don't think, sirs, that one of my nationalities are Spanish? You don't think by any means at all that is not in my bloodline? And the identity that you are very abrasive to look at as if you were going to harm me or want to harm me and want to annihilate my existence with whomever and whatever is going on that I don't even know, and it's not even in my it's not even in my authority. It's in God's authority. It's in God's authority. My God of understanding authority who's looking out over me. It's not even my work. But you don't think I don't have any Spanish in me? So on such a wonderful day, it's Sunday, first day of the first day of the week. I'm sorry, tomorrow will be first day of the work week on Monday, and it's World Cup, something I've never experienced. I've experienced a few things, like from this level I've been at, and this is the most humbling thing that hey, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I've been asking for help. This is where I'm at. Like what? You're gonna force me back into a shelter? You're gonna force me back? I don't want to be where I'm at. I love where I was at. You don't want me where I'm at. So I'm trying to compromise with you. I'm trying to compromise with you because there is no conversation as to what I have done wrong, but only be a descendant of Marsha P. Johnson as far as community, as far as identity, and other wonderful, wonderful people like Miss Major, who just passed away. Rest in peace, Miss Major, who I love dearly, who fought and did a lot of great things for community, for all communities. And that's how I align as well. And that's why I looked up to her so, so much. And so many of the ancestors in the trans community, the elders, a lot of great women that came before me, like Miss Bobby Jean Baker, my auntie, my TD, my aunt, who I loved. Wise women, just, they're not making them like that no more. They're not making them like that no more. They're not coming out like that no more. And that's why I guess I'm a little old headed. Not only the fact that I've had to grow up real quickly and survive, I'm like 10 years advanced mentally, almost 50, 48, but also to the elders that I've had around me that have taught me so much from New Orleans on. Back in my 20s, this is not my first time at the rodeo. I stopped, was living for everyone else but me. But you can't become something you already are. So I've always been myself. Medically, I've transitioned fully, 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 fully with the privilege of Oakland, California. Shouts out to Oakland, Oaktown, but also New Orleans as well. But back in the day, we didn't have those advantages like that. And I went back and told them of the privileges I've had and glad that they have it now and more. But, this was a deep transitioning conversation that I was speaking to and like juggling and just like having a brief conversation and just talking that out because those things are real. But that's kind of more of like you're changing yourself because of how others treat you and how others are making you feel. And that's kind of like the same thing of me not transitioning at an earlier age of what I felt was where I could be, the capacity where I could be, because I was worried of what others would think or say about me, you know? So I just, I'm still enjoying my Sunday, but there's bigger fish to fry on World Cup Day. There's bigger fish to fry. Like the game is over, the party is on now. There's bigger fish to fry. There's bigger fish to fry. And I still have men with nuts. I don't know how big their penises are. Maybe that's the issue. That's not my business. It's not my problem. But also in my sexuality class as well, there's no right or wrong way to be male or female. That heavy, 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 masculine, 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 overly compensating of masculinity and just that inferiority of I'm man, hear me roar, woman or whoever, whatever, that compensates for something else that's lacking, I feel. But again, I haven't done anything to anybody, and why is that being executed towards me? And it's like gang activity of it. You want to talk about black men are gang members and black men are this, and even Chico Brown men are gang members and this. But I've lived on the West Coast and I've lived in California and been around a lot of Spanish community. California is Mexico. That's my first true experiences of Mexico and understanding and loving it was taken in and shown and still have people that I know that are great and have lived with roommates that are brown trans women and just, like this swing of Spanish on this side. I'm just like, what's going on? And I'm not saying all because I've seen some great people, but I come in at a flux of time. Like there was thousands and thousands of other countries coming in. Okay, okay. But I was aligning with those experiences, and I was just truthful and honest with my friends and talked with people and told people who I thought would help me, and that didn't happen. So here I am now, and those same people that I was out here with are housed and they're working and this and that, and they don't have to worry about anything. And a lot of them still not even legal and have green cards, but they're not worried or in fear about anything or have this encampment of what I'm experiencing. It's living la vida loco, and that's okay. But I have a right to myself and my privacy to some degree. Like, I am not owned to you. You do not own all of me and all of my body. If you're going to cut me down, look to harm me, look to kill me, whatever it is y'all are doing, paper trailing, the videoing, and whatever the setup is, because God is a breaker. God is a way maker. God is God, and God is God, and God will do God. And I'm standing on that because I know God is doing God. But my God, my geez Louise, my golly, the gang activity, the gang activity of people mostly not of color, and then the workers who are of color helping and working in this field. When I talk about gang activity and gang encampment, like, that's real. Like, that is real. And these are people in positions of power to hold people accountable to being unlawful. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not stepping on people's jobs or anything. But when your job comes down to just focusing on what feels like me and my fur baby, who is totally innocent, who has just endured so much transphobia, and I know I have this camera angle down like this because it was suitable for me, to have this discussion because I look around and see people on Instagram, on Snapchat, on this or that. I am a broadcaster, not just on this platform, another one that I just don't get into, but I will. I'm a broadcaster. This is my share, my time, and where I'm at. And this is my transparency and the beauty of me meeting my subscribers and people who are not subscribing to me and getting a chance to know me and I hope will support me. And like I say, more to come, more to come. I'm Sista Sissy. I'm Sissy. I'm fun. I'm a supporter of everyone and everything. You like it, I love it. But I also heard a little bit today, I think I seen where you outside, you're in the fields. I didn't know being homeless means you're in the fields. Well, I am in the fields. My ancestors come from the field. My grandmother, my great grandmother. I come from a lineage where my grandmother's side was the first freed slaves in a part of Louisiana. The first freed slaves. You know, um, so I'm out here in the fields. I'm in the fields. That's what you want to call this, being in the fields, out on the streets. Some people maybe need to come to the fields. It's not my first time in the fields. And I should have learned my lesson back in the day. But what I was still doing was taking care of people. And that's the lesson I feel God wants me to understand, and I do understand, and I'm being patient. But I've also been extending myself and asking to people who know me or know of me, and literally no context to contact people, or reaching out to people and asking them for contacts and can't get past them to get more contacts. I'm okay with that. If you won't give me anybody else's contacts, no problem. You want to sit and watch me in this chair, no problem. I, I, I thought I was being genuine. I thought this was a genuine relationship. Okay, I understand now. But there's no reason for a woman 48 years old, a person of me who has literally just pressed herself for not just myself, but just a lot of things. And I'm okay with that. And that's what my true nature is and what I was supposed to do. That's like what I was supposed to do. Like right now, I'm on my own data. I'm not on anyone's internet. I'm on my own little phone, which I'm gratefully paid for by the government, but I had to buy the little phone. No problem. I'm happy with that. But I've had my own, and this is just where I'm at. But It's just uncomfortable, you guys, that I can't even do a live or I can't even broadcast and make myself a video just like anyone else in public space or anywhere else walking in New York as people video me. When I tell you they video me, like lately, they've been other things. They've been coming for my dog. It's like this animal activist groups or whatever, encamping around us. I'm good enough, but I have to start paying attention. With my brain injury, hundreds of millions of people. I just see people, and also I'm kind of tunnel vision for protection. Starting to see the same faces, and they're older people that are like old school New York, maybe not from New York, but been here so long they're in New York, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, how can you be some type of animal activist right group or whatever it is you're doing, and what you're doing is even criminal. But at the same time, you have discriminatory to what you're doing, and you also have color issues to what you're doing. And I was saying this to myself earlier too, as well as I had gotten out of church and the Holy Spirit came over me. I was thinking with my baby and went through some things with another dog, and getting anxiety, having a panic attack, and seeing what was going on to this dog yelping and screeching as their owner was inside eating, which I understood, but it was for so long, and a level of people around the community that was camping around this dog, pretty much doing the same thing to my dog, literally looking like it was get this dog to like try to bite them so the dog accountable. It triggered me, and I couldn't do anything. And I was still like, because I've seen the owner, and the dog has engaged my dog, and I wanted to do something, but my heart was crying, and I literally went into a panic attack after leaving, and my dog was like trying to let me know, and I wasn't really identifying what my dog was doing because so. I was so triggered because this is some experiences that I've been through with my dog where they're just so innocent. But it brought me to say, like, this infiltration of people who are also like animal activists, calling themselves that in Manhattan, and want to say someone right or wrong with their animal, especially if they're like homeless. Again, mind you, the people of color who are homeless are the ones that are really targeted, and the ones who are not. And I'm not trying to make this black or white. It is what it is. And I love all people, and in community, I say hello and speak to everybody, and on different levels. And I mind my business, and I really don't engage on this just passing and walking by. And that's just really how it goes out here. That's more like the KKK. And this came to me in the Holy Spirit. That's more like the KKK having a branch of people who hold people accountable for animals, who call themselves animal crusaders or animal watchers, or like I was saying, my brain is kind of farting right now. The animal going to say this one can take care of her animal and this one's doing well with their animal for what they see. But yet you don't like someone based on their color, their sexuality, their gender identity, their gender expression, and you're taking it out on their dog and you're targeting their dog because of that. That's like the KKK, and I'm not even like coming for the KKK. But if you have all these biases and think that's literally like the KKK, you think anyone would have a fair chance if they were a person of color with the KKK who had the governance to say if someone's taking care of their animal or not, if they're doing well with their animal? You think anyone of color would have a chance? It is what it is because they're blatantly saying to you, and I appreciate that. I appreciate when you're transparent. I appreciate when you're transparent. I actually like that even more because you're letting someone and you're showing someone visually that you don't care for them or you don't like them. And that's something I come up from. I'm with the South. As in the South, they show you that they don't like you. They tell you they don't like you. But I've been experiencing a whole different ballgame, and a lot of them come from the South as well. So it's kind of like a lot of people are mobilizing around, masking because they're not in the South, so they don't have to show you that they don't like you. They don't have to show you why it's because of your gender, your race, or this or that, because they're in a whole different part, so they can, just live with their community and nonchalant, act da da da. But at the real center of the core is some stuff. But again, I have no problem with that. You have a right to that, but at the same time, don't do that knowing that you have a false facade to where you're coming from, and that is really not from a genuine place, and it's really not from a place that governs the benefit of all or has a fair card. It becomes this thing like that is non-biased to any race, color, or anything. I'm going to get off of this because this guy just essentially came from around my back and just came sit right next to me. When I say right next to me, ear hustled on his way to right here, and still sitting here ear hustling. But I enjoyed myself being able to talk with you guys again as my supporters, and please like, share, and subscribe. And again, I'm not doing anything that anyone else would do, but the encampment of all these men onto me as a woman, the encampment mention of all these men and this aggression and this harm and all this stuff that they are doing around me without speaking to me, without holding me accountable, without saying anything, and the fact that they have the privilege and a lot of them don't even live in Manhattan. They're just here for the day, the week, they're working or whatever they're doing. And then they go back home to wherever they go, their wives, their boyfriend, they come here, they fuck men, they leave. They're doing whatever the hell they want to do. They have men with wigs, lipstick, and everything, women that are butch, and they don't have a problem with that, but they're encamping around me. They're making me feel inferior to them, that they are the ones who hold the power and the government to say about me. They haven't even seen what I look like. But I'm being me. But this right here as well, this uncomfortability where people have the right to be so close to you and just be so much in your bubble, and then document you as well and do some really aggressive things as men and not be held accountable at all or criminalized for what they're doing. But then canceling you and the criminalization towards you is like, hey, we're gonna get you. We got you last year. It's been a year, a month, and a week now. We're still coming for you. We're still coming for you. But in a place that has so much like little bit of space where people own their condos and living, and that's great. That's marvelous. I came here with success in my mind that hey, I can get back to work. I work. I'm not looking for a handout for anything. But got set up in the binary of what this is. But then I have people who look at me with that's trash. But they mind all my business. When I tell you they invasively come so much into my space, into my bubble, and there's so much just the street and the sidewalk is public. That's public property. You don't have it there. You can't go into their $1 million mansions, their buildings. You can't go into these other places. I'm being kicked out of all. When I look, no weapon form shall prosper. In Jesus' mighty, mighty name. I'm going to get off of this and let you go. Keep us in prayer. Again, I'm asking for help, but at the same time, I'm sharing my testimony and my story. This is my channel. This is my real experiences. This is how I'm bringing it raw. And I'm looking all over where I'm at. Today is World Cup and everything. I'm out here, people smoking them new trees, honey, and they're doing, and that's awesome. It's legal. Hey, what's up? I was in Cali where it was first legal a long time ago, and it was, I understand it. You like it, I love it. I'm minding my business. To each his own, you know, high power. These men have wives. These men have children. They have family members. They have all type of gender variant people in their families, of gender expressions and everything. Races, mixed race, this or that. I don't know, but they're not letting up off of me. And there's no one that I can call to hold them accountable. I don't have nuts, to be transparent, and they're treating me like I have nuts. Like nuts that they have between their legs. They're coming for me and aggressing me and trying to handle me like I have nuts like them and trying to beat me and literally trying to look at me like they're gonna take me out or set me up for the failure. Like I have nuts dangling between my legs like they do. Let's keep it real and let's keep it 100. When they have men with nuts who are playing dress up in makeup with wigs and purses and they like that. They love that. That does not make them feel scared at all. And they got nuts in between their legs and dangling just like them. They're not making them feel like this. They're not around them like this. They're not making them feel unsafe like this. They're not showing them that I'm going to get away whatever it is that I'm doing with you in my bigger entity or whatever. And I'm going to gaslight you and I'm going to make you feel like you're crazy. And I'm going to encamp around you and make you feel like you're doing something. It's you. They don't have a problem with that. So I know there are real men out here who are not like this because I see you and I can feel you. It's very respectful when I see you and I appreciate you, and I just want to say that to men as well, to women who are masculine of center, and just women of all, and just gender expressions of all, and gender identities. I see you, I experience you, and I can tell when it's real, and I appreciate that. But this isn't just stopping at the heterosexual community. This aggression from these men are in all different types of sexuality. Gay, bisexual, trisexual, down low. I don't even want to name it all. It's not my responsibility. They know who their communities are. Then again, I'm going to be getting off of this because what you just seen is this man was in front of me and this one's still sitting next to me. But this is me. I'm Sista Sissy. I'm Sissy. This has always been me. I'm transparent and I speak my truth, and I should not be harmed for that. And I literally have doing what I'm doing now, hanging out by myself and navigating life by myself, and I'm doing it, and I'm going to be okay, and I am okay. But the invasion of my privacy and the disrespect of my privacy into my life, and then at the same time you objectify my body. You look at me sexually, but yet you look at me, fuck you, bitch. I hate you, bitch. I will fuck you up, bitch. I want to see the disintegration of you, bitch. But let me go ahead and look at you sexually as well, like my ancestors did to your ancestors back in the day on the plantation and in the field, as we raped them as well and did all kind of fuckery to them. My hand is shaking, but I'm okay. But I'm glad that I was able to have this conversation and be on my own platform, and will continue to be on my own platform. And yeah, it's World Cup 2026. Party like a rock star right now. Everybody is. So what's the problem? I'm going to hold that space. I'm going to be in that space, and I'm going to just continue being me for the rest of the evening and navigating myself in the ways that I need to do, and continue to do what I'm doing, which is being me right now, and also broadcasting on my platform, and knowing that people have just came and invaded my whole privacy, but there's nothing I can do. Life goes on. You have to live like, you have to dance like no one is watching. That's what I'm doing. You have to live like no one is watching. That's what I've been doing. It won't stop. It will make you crazy, and it'll set you back if you focus on that. Wait till I get my EBT. I can make you some popcorn. If they let me use the microwave, they just stop me from using the microwave, the bathrooms. I can't do nothing like anyone else. I'll make you some popcorn. Shit, I'll take a little bit of cash that I do have, and I'll go and buy you some alcohol. I haven't drank in almost 3 years. I'll buy you some alcohol. What else do you want at the party? While you're monitoring me, while you are heavily encamping around me and really imposing in my business, in my freedom of speech, in my freedom of press, in my freedom of my own life. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I'm not begging anyone for anything. But appreciative of the blessings that I have, Gabrielle, it just comes out of nowhere. Thank you. But I don't ask anyone for anything. And I'm also not knocking people who are out here in the struggle asking people for things. But the level of men and how something needs to happen. There's way too many people that look like me that are out here that they can spread this out. Me? Me? A girl who just made 48 on Mother's Day? Me? Me? I have a Cash App as well. So if you're gonna do this, I have a Cash App. I can't get into my Venmo. I have a PayPal. Make a donation to me as well. You're putting me through a lot of work. Hey, that's fucked up. Make a donation to me. But I don't see it as that. What I see is transparency and something that I just literally have been transparent. And don't have to tell my story to everyone as to who, where, and why, and how. And at the end of the day, I'm more of a man than them. I'm more than a man than them. If that's what it comes down to. far as respect to women, I'm more of a man today. I'm respectful to myself and I'm respectful to women. I'm respectful to everybody, but I'm also respectful to my elders. But even in this body, I'm respectful to biological because you have nuts and whatever your dick size is, 2 inches to whatever, that's part of the problem as well, and it's none of my motherfucking business. But I'm more of a man than you. Since it comes down to that, and your nuts that you're holding me accountable to when you aggress me, and you know you're not even doing it to men like you with nuts. To be transparent, you're not even doing this shit to men who look like you, the men who you're even camping with. You're not even looking to men you don't know. You're not even doing this to men. So shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you know what that is? That's pussy punk. That's pussy punk. The pussy, the faggot, the sissy, everything you call me. That's what you are. Because a man knows himself. A man wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. I feel. He's a man. And he'll check other men who are doing this kind of stuff that are in his proximity or with him or in his crew or in his camp or on his job. But you shouldn't get paid as well to be this fuckery to me and to look at me like you're trying to annihilate my existence. And whatever it is y'all doing, whatever y'all, I can't help that. But may the DA, may the mayor, may the governor, whoever in higher power authority can hear this and hold these people accountable when they do come to you with it. But they have all my identity. From back in New Orleans, I've had to abandon my whole house with everything in there, from my diplomas to my court documents to everything in there. Then everything I had here when they took me to jail, everything was left. But the roommate and anyone who wanted to work there or go into my property and get it, all my identity has had. I've been doxxed. Okay? There's nothing that I can do. But I'm going to end this right now because all I did was have a conversation on my platform like anyone else that I'm sitting around that do. And I have never experienced this. But I will keep bringing the raw and the real of my experiences. And I will continue to do better once I get better equipment and be able to do just, I like food, just different things. That's what I'll keep doing. But keep me in prayer, hold me in space, and also amplify my experiences and my narrative. That's okay for me to ask for my supporters to do that. But to anyone who's watching that knows me and can get a hold of me, please do. Please do. In Jesus' name. Love you all. Have a good rest of your evening. Happy World Cup. Congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to Argentina as well. Here they won the year before. You know, I love sports of all kinds. This is great. Some beautiful people, some beautiful men, some beautiful women, some beautiful just everything. It's World Cup. I should have not have had these experiences, should not be having these experiences right now, but what could I do? I have to just live, survive, and continue being me and keep myself safe, but the main thing is my baby. My baby. And that's the first one that goes to try it. And we've done nothing wrong to anyone. I've just shown up and I'm still showing up and I'm existing just like anyone else. And anyone in the homeless community can ask you about me. If they know, they just a humble, honest person. I treat people like I want to be treated. I may not be treated in those ways, but that's just still who I am in my spirit. And that's something my grandmother taught me. My grandmother also taught me you never refuse a person a plate of food. That's why I feed people. And I will continue to feed people. And I help even in my situation I'm in right now, if I do have or can, I pay it forward and I also recycle it back in the community as well. Those recycle them back in. And that's what we're supposed to be doing as well. But no one knows my full story, my full truth. But you also don't have the right to stamp me in the ways you do because there are other people that look like me that are of different races and things that are not having these experiences that you allow to just walk freely into whatever, and they should be. They should. They should. But you don't do that because that's your trash. That's your trash, and that's your way of giving your trash their privilege and their entitlement so that they don't fuck with you or come around you and make you look like a fucker. Have a good night. I'm Sista Sissy. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Happy World Cup and love you all and to be continued.